Good afternoon. Welcome to the daily dose of the ledger of an aspiring speaker. Humans, like businesses, are subject to the happenings in the internal and external environment. Like businesses, the external environment could be the things to do with the general economic situation, the political climate, the interest rate regime, general unemployment, exchange rates, and all the other policy frameworks within that locality. And the internal dynamics could be something to do with the strength of the balance sheet, the general morale of the employees, the management style and culture in that organization. Whilst management have got absolute control on what happens internally, they can't have the same control over what happens around them. The only things that they could do it is to mitigate the risks that could be posed by the immediate external environment. So macroeconomic factors can only be mitigated by employing suitable strategies, but you cannot completely eliminate them because they are beyond your control. For instance, a company can hedge against some FX rate deterioration by either coming with some cross-currency swaps or trading in futures. But all these, they simply mitigate the exposure to FX deterioration. Now, if businesses have got these tools, and these tools they only mitigate the exposure, how about individuals? An individual has got absolute control over what's happening inside them. You can control your thoughts, you can control your feelings, you can control your attitudes, you can control all these things that are internally to you. Even yes, it's given that something can determine how you feel, but how you're going to react to it, what you're going to do about it, it's absolutely within your control. So your external environment, it could be what people say about you, it could be how people perceive you, it could be all the factors that are happening externally to yourself, the general mood. That could be because of the state of the economy. There could be all the things that are happening. But for those things that you don't have control, if you worry much about them, you will start losing even some internal battles. So what I'm going to say to you today is, whilst you can find ways to handle or to deal with the external pressures, your focus should be on what you do. Your focus should be your internal dynamics. That could be capitalizing on your strength. It could be how to maintain balance even in the face of turbulence. And some of the things that are internally could be yes, I might be broke, I might be poor, but what am I going to do to improve my situation? If you raise your hand and be despondent about the situation, the only thing that you could do it is to accentuate the decline, the rot, the fall. But if you do something, if you stand up, because the power is within you, if you stand up and say, today I'm going to start selling some fat cooks by these streets. Yes, I will have blisters whilst I'm standing and chasing after people who are coming to buy these fat cooks. But I can assure you, at the end of the day, you will go back home with something in your pocket. But if you choose to blame the macroeconomic situation for your ills, No matter how you blame it, you can blame it for 100 days, 100 times. It's not going to help you. You can blame those around you for your failed relationships. You can blame your parents for not having attained a good education, but that's not an excuse. Don't find an excuse to justify your laziness. Just don't find an excuse to justify your lack of resolve, your lack of grit. Everything that you can achieve is within you. I can actually say your starting position does not determine your end position, but there are those things that are within your control, and how you utilize whatever you have, that is going to determine your end. So today, forget about how people perceive you, how people treat you, but focus on the things that you can do to better yourself. Thank you.